Very rarely does a new set of wedges set the golfing world on fire. However, introducing the brand new Callaway Opus and Opus Platinum wedges. You see, these things look outrageous and they also cost, well, an outrageous amount. Just how good are these new Callaway wedges going to be, and should you be putting them in your bag? I can't, did that go in? That must have hit the flag. Outrageous. So guys, as you can see, not a bad opener with these new Callaway wedges. And I spoke about price very early on in this video. Usually I wouldn't speak about price too much in reviews because it depends what people's budget is and what people are happy spending the money on. But the Opus Platinum wedge, it retails at £229.99. We're going to have to see a whole heap of performance to justify that price. However, Callaway do claim that you can fit these to within an inch of their life and really help you hone your short game. The standard Opus wedge does come in a little bit cheaper. I think it actually looks just as good. The technology isn't quite there. I'll talk you through the new groove technology, the new spin gen technology. You can see that we have a little bit of multi-material weighting around here as well with the tungsten element in the Opus Platinum, and we also have a tighter pitch grooving in the Platinum, so we do actually have angled grooves in there, which I'll show you how they could work nicely for you out of this deep cavernous bunker. When you say angled grooves, what could that really mean? Because a lot of people think, oh, you know what, when I open the face up, sometimes the ball spins to the side a little bit and then I lose control of it. Other people think when I open the face up, I just want to get the ball up in the air and hopefully get it anywhere near the flag. So if I was to open this face up a little bit, you'll see that actually the grooves start to point to the left a little bit because of the lie angle of the club. They're actually offset a little bit, so now that will point straight towards your target. I have to wonder what happens when you have the club standard, because then surely they're offset anyway, but we'll go with it. So we'll jump in the new bunker here on the second at Woolley Park Golf Club. You'll see here with the Platinum wedge, we do also have this lovely charcoal shaft as well. I think that looks absolutely gorgeous, and you do get a multi-compound grip on there as standard for your money. So you get a little bit of upcharges there with the Platinum. How much spin and control can we get? Oh, that did feel lovely. And you know what, that actually did come out. Did you notice that came out straighter than what I anticipated? It probably does take a little bit of getting used to, actually, because I would always aim left thinking the ball's going to come out to the side a little bit, but they do say at Callaway that you do notice an actual difference with the feel of this club. So let's go again, try and get some more spin. That one just popped up on me a little bit. We're trying to massively avoid the deep cavernous new face in this bunker. Right, go again. That one's the one. Oh, look how much that spun. Wow. Now, I must admit, I'm a huge fan of new wedge technology. I think driver technology moves on in little iterations. Iron technology does as well. Generally, you see the lofts change and you see the balls go a little bit lower, a little bit further. When it comes to wedges and putters, very rarely do you see new technologies that could help you lower your scores and get the ball close to the hole from difficult scenarios like this. Callaway are generally the industry leaders when it comes to that, with such as the AI1 putter, now the Opus range of wedges. Guys, let's have another look at this Platinum wedge and let's look at the standard wedges, because we've got loads of different grinds, a couple of different colours and lots of different options to help you get good at golf. Wrong channel, but it fitted. So we spoke about that new spin gen face technology, a new tighter pitch. That's allowed Callaway to actually have an extra groove on here. So when we can play, look at that spin there, when we can play different shots around the green, such as this one where we have to kind of play it onto a bit of a slope, hopefully stop and then release down, that extra groove could potentially, just you can hear the spin on that one, just help you get that extra bit of control. This is where generally if you can get a ball to 5 or 6 feet instead of 10, 12 feet, you might start holding more putts, you might start lowering your scores, and you might start lowering the handicap. That was better, wasn't it? That's an impossible shot, you know, even with spin gen technology. So the beauty about these wedges is you can have them your way. So there's lots of different grinds, lots of different bouncers. We do of course feature 4 grinds in the Opus wedge. We have the T grind, we have the C grind, we also have the S grind, and we have the W grind. I've had to spit those out quickly because I remembered what they were, but basically the T grind is for the player. I like to think of it as a tour grind, a player who has lots of imagination around the greens. You might want to open the face up, you might want to shut it down, you might just want to play lots of different styles of shots. We also have the C grind, which is a little bit more buffered away, so you can open that up a little bit more, but it's more squarer. The S grind, which would be the square grind, and of course the W grind, which is a big wide grind to help you on wet conditions and get the club through the turf a little bit more. The platinum wedges do feature, oh, that spun lovely, didn't it? The platinum wedges do feature 2 other grinds as well, so we do have the Z grind and of course the S grind again, but lots of different options here for your Opus wedges. But I suppose that is what you would anticipate for that money, isn't it? So as mentioned, we do have 2 different variants in these Opus wedges. We do have the Platinum version and the Standard version. The Standard version is a little bit cheaper. However, the Platinum version, which I have been using so far in this review, does feature MIM technology, metal injection molding. So that's different forms of metal that can spread the weight evenly for different shots that you do want. You see we have the tungsten in the top here. That's designed to bring CG higher on that head. So even with a 58-degree wedge, we can play nice low spinny shots if you do want. I always think that's a little bit of an oxymoron when it comes to wedges, isn't it? Because you get a high lofted wedge, but you want to play a low spinny shot. Just use lower loft. Anyway, you can see we've got quite a difficult shot here. This is the Platinum version. I'm a big fan of the coloured shaft as well, of that kind of charcoaly coloured shaft. This is actually 115 grams, so they're both exactly the same. Let's go a little low spinner, see how that tungsten can help. That was absolutely ridiculous. I didn't even catch that well. And this is where technology and wedges can help, but I also think you need a couple of lessons. You need to be able to know what you're trying to do with these clubs. They're like, look where I've caught them. They had no right to spin where they did. Very, very impressive that. Very, very nice. The price point is going to put a lot of people off. That's why I've mentioned it so early. I think it depends where you are. Like I think in America, a lot of people won't mind it as much. I think here in the UK, it might be a little bit of a stickler. Let's have a look at the blue version now. Oh, and let's see. I mean, that. there's no magic there, is there? Maybe lessons. Let's look at the blue one. So when it comes to the blue finish, I must admit, I'm not a huge fan of blue golf clubs. I'm also not a huge fan of the amount of layers that this has got. I thought that'd be easy, but I mean, it's almost black, isn't it? Yeah. Let's be fair, like when they said blue, I thought, oh, good Lord. But it's not. It's actually very, 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 I'd say it's black if I'm being brutally honest. So it does actually, it's quite pleasing that. It's the first time I've looked at it. I wanted to share the unwrapping with you guys. So I do like that. I think I'd like it with the black shafts as well, or the charcoal shafts, you could say. So this is the standard version now, so it's got less grooves on here, but that felt just as nice, you know. Like, I think it depends what you want. If you're a tour pro, this is your job, you're going to probably go for the platinum ones. They've got a little bit more performance in them. But I think the standard Opus, like the big story here is that tour inspired shaping as well. So they went through lots of different iterations at Callaway to find the perfect shape. These have been seeded on tour for quite a long time now, numerous years. And this is the 6th gen that they have tried. So it's a 6G shape. That's what they are calling it. I feel like potentially this is a club that Callaway feel like could put them in there with Vokey, with TaylorMade for the MG4s. And Callaway will claim their Jaws wedges was already there. I personally didn't think it was, but I think these do look very nice. It'll be very interesting to see what Callaway players do have them in the bag. I know Xander Schauffele had one in the bag. That was the shot we wanted. Xander Schauffele had one in the bag for the Open win. He also had a couple of Vokeys in there as well, so Callaway won't thank me for saying that. But I feel like these could potentially be a very, very good club if you're in the market for some new wedges this year, especially if you're a Callaway fan. You don't need to avoid them anymore. Go and try them, see what you think, test them against your current wedges, and see if you would put them in your bag. Guys, thanks for watching. See you all at the same time tomorrow.